Hey guys, it's Deb. I wanted to share something with you. There's another artist in my house, and her name is Ashley. And when Ashley was around 8 years old, she took clay and she molded and she made this little bear, I guess. It's been on a shelf in a hallway for a very long time since she was 8. She's 19 now. And she also made this. I think this was probably a little doggy, but one of his ears fell off. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is because Ashley loved to play with clay, and for some reason I saved these. And she's in her first year of college, and she loves to sculpture, and I wanted to share some of her sculpturing for her first year. She got an A on this. Okay, she didn't have enough time to put the hair. This is supposed to be her. It looks a lot like her, except for I think the nose is probably a little bit bigger than hers. She didn't have time to put hair on herself because she was so busy making this expression. But she got an A on it, even though she didn't have time to put her hair on her, because the teacher said she was the only one that gave herself expression. Everybody else had just like a plain face on. So that's that. And here's a different view of her. She said the lips only took her 20 minutes to make. She has all the lines on her lips. I don't know if you can see it. It was the frown in her up here that in her eyebrows that took her a long time. She said that took her like days to do that. But I love watching her create, and I try to inspire her, and she doesn't realize that she inspires me every time I hear her pound the clay in her room, because she wants to work up there. She doesn't want to come down the basement with me. And she pounds her clay, and I can hear it on the ceiling. She doesn't even realize that inspires me, because I know she's up there creating. And here's another view. There's a little bit of a glare. There you go. Okay, now this is, a lot of times in sculpturing, they have to make whatever they want to do out of wire. And then they put the clay on top of the wire. They mold it around the wire. So here she has a man holding up a baby. And she's not done with this yet. So here's more of the wire. Got a little bit of a glare there. Maybe that's better. Here's the baby up in the air. This one I love. This is a woman holding her baby. And you see how she did the hair on the woman? It looks so real. And the shape here of her body. Yeah, that's how I looked before I had them. My daughter and my son. Okay. This is the moon, and the cow is wrapped around the moon. Let me see if you can see it. There you go. You see the cow at the bottom? He's wrapped around the moon. And this one I love. I love this. This is a man. His body is, half of his body is still part of the clay, the glob of clay. So you only see the top part of his body. I love it. Let me see, there's more. I had her take different shots from different angles. Here he is from the back. See how she did his back? And the muscles and everything. Here he is again from another view. Oh, too much of a glare. There you go. Look at his feet. I love it. I hope she gives me this one. I asked her if I can. And here his hand and arm are going over his head, so you don't ever see his head. There we go. Sorry about the glare. That's why I'm moving it around. Hopefully you can see there. And here he is again. It amazes me that she could just take clay, and this is a woman in the works, how you could take clay and just mold it. I mean, she does this out of her head. It's just incredible to me. Couldn't even imagine doing it. And every time she calls me and she says that she needs more clay, I make sure she has the money to get her clay. And there's another one of the women that she's working on. Oh, and here's the lady again with the great shape, with the pretty hair holding the baby. I love them. Absolutely love them. So if there's a reason why, after all these years, I held on to these little pieces of clay that she put together for me to have, and I put them on the shelf, and you can see all the dust on them and the dirt that they collected over the years. It's just a funny thing. There must have been a reason why I saved these. So I hope she stays inspired and she continues her wonderful sculptures, and hopefully she'll find a way to channel this creativity and her use of using clay into the real world. And if not, that will be okay too, because she'll find a way for herself and she will be an artist and she'll be able to create. And she doesn't realize it yet, but I know that I'm really, really happy when I'm creating. I'm the best that I can be when I'm creating. And it gives me real deep satisfaction and fulfillment. And without being creative, I get depressed. I have to create. And she doesn't realize it yet, but I think she's the same way. I see her marching up to her room to create something, and you could just see it in her face. The satisfaction and the enjoyment of knowing that she's sculpturing. So I just thought that I would share that with you. All right, guys? Take care. Let's nurture our young creative children around us. Bye-bye. See you soon.